向所有中外记者表示欢迎。按照大会舆情工作要求、舆情防控工作要求，新闻发布会采用网络视频形式举行。主会场设在人民大会堂新闻发布厅，分会场设在美迪亚中心多功能厅。新闻发布会时间大约50分钟，请13届全国政协委员、全国政协
CPPCC National
13
Committee
届
and the Deputy Secretary General and the spokesperson of the third session of the 13th CPPCC National Committee to brief you about the main agenda of the session and answer your questions.
谢谢。
Thank you.
女士们、先生们、记者朋友们，
Ladies and
大家
gentlemen,
下午好。
friends from the press, good
欢迎
afternoon.
大家出席今天的发布会，
Welcome to today's press
也欢
conference
迎各位记者、各界朋友
and
通过
also
网络、
welcome
电视视频
journalists and friends
收
from
看
all
发布会。
sectors to
大家
watch
好。
the online broadcast of
5
the
月
press conference.
是充满生机和活力的时
Good to see
节。
you all. May is a season
迎来了
full of
两会的
energy and
召开。
vitality, and the two sessions
过去
will
几个
soon
月
open.
我们遭遇了
In the past month,
突如其来的新冠肺炎疫情
COVID-19 has caused an
党中
unexpected
央
impact
把
on
疫
our
情
life.
防控
The
作为
CPC Central
头等大
Committee
事
has
来
taken
做。
COVID-19 control
习
as
近
the
平总
top
书记
priority.
亲自指挥，
General Secretary Xi Jinping
亲
has
自部署。
personally directed the fight.
全国人民
The people
万
of
众
the
一
whole
心，
country, united as one, have fought
艰苦奋斗。
a relentless battle against the disease.
武汉保卫战、湖北保
The
卫战
defense battles of
取得
Wuhan and
了
Hubei
决定性成
have
果，
achieved decisive
疫
victory,
情防控阻击战
and the nationwide
取得
campaign
重大
has
战略成
made
果。
major strategic gains.
在抗击疫情过程
In
中
fighting COVID-19,
广大医务人员
medical workers
不怕牺牲，
went
逆行出
into harm's way without fear
各
of
界
dangers
群
to
众
their life. The people of
团结
all
一心，
sectors have fought
无
with
私
one
奉献。
heart and one mind
涌现出了许多
and left many
可歌可泣的
heart-moving
感人的故事。
episodes.
湖北人民
The people
别是武汉
of
人民
Hubei, especially the
付出
people
了
of Wuhan,
巨大的努
have
力
made
和
enormous
牺牲。
efforts and sacrifices.
中国举全国之力，
Through this whole-of-nation
在
effort,
短时期内
China has
控
kept
制住
the
了疫情，
disease under control in a short
切实维
time.
护了人民生命安
We
全
have，made solid efforts to
身体
safeguard
健康，
people's life, safety, and health,
扎实推进复
and
工复
promote
产，
the resumption
加快恢复
of work and
社会
production.
生活
The order of
生产
life
秩
and
序。
production is being restored at a
通过
faster
取得
pace.
这样的成果充分彰显了
All this
中国
demonstrates
共产党以人民
the
为中心的执政
people-centered
理念，
governance approach of the
彰
Communist
显
Party
了
of China,
中国特色社会主义制度的
the remarkable strength of socialism
彰
with
显了
Chinese
中
characteristics,
华民族自强不息、
and the fine
坚韧不
character
拔、
of perseverance,
同舟共
resilience,
济
and
的
the solidarity
优秀
of
品
the
质。
Chinese nation.
新冠肺炎疫情发生后，
After the beginning of
全国
COVID-19,
政协
the CPPCC
和广大
National
政协委
Committee
员
and the CPPCC
认
members
真贯彻落实
have acted
中共
upon
中央部
the
署，
decisions of the
迅
CPC
速
Central
行动，
Committee
积极投身到这
and
场
quickly
没
joined
有
this
硝烟
battle
的
without smoke.
战争。医疗卫生界
The
委员
CPPCC
身先
members
士
in the
卒，
medical sector
战斗
have
在
taken
抗
up
疫
their
第一线。
duties and fought at the front
各
line.
界政协委员
CPPCC
也都
members
立足
in other
本职
sectors
岗位，
have
积极
also
贡献自己的力
made
量。
contribution based
全
on
国
their
政协
expertise.
及其各专门委员会
The
各级政协组
CPPCC
织
National Committee and its
通过各
special
种方
committees,
式
as
来
well
开
as
展工作。
CPPCC organizations at all
组织
levels
委员围
have
绕
carried out their
统
work
筹
in
推
various
进
means
疫情防
and
控
encouraged their
和
members
经济社
to
会
provide
建设发展
policy
建言献策
recommendations and
提
intellectual
供决策
support
参考
on
和
both COVID-19
治理支
response
持。
and economic and social development.
2020年是具有特殊意义
2020
的
is a year
重
of
要一年，
special significance.
要在做好疫情
While
防控的
working
同
on
时，
COVID-19
确
containment,
保完成
we also need
决战
to
决
meet
胜
the target of
脱贫攻坚
poverty
目标任
elimination.
务。
and complete the building of a moderately prosperous society in all respects. This year's CPPCC session will focus on the key priorities of the party and the state and build consensus through consultation. Now, entrusted by the Secretariat, I will give you a quick briefing on the main agenda of the upcoming CPPCC session. The third session of the 13th CPPCC National Committee will open at the Great Hall of the People at 3 p.m. tomorrow and close in the afternoon of May the 27th, 4.5 days shorter than previously planned. The main agenda of the session includes the following: hearing and deliberating on the work report of the Standing Committee of the CPPCC National Committee and the report on the work related to proposals. Attending the third session of the 13th National People's Congress as non-voting delegates, and hearing and discussing the government work report, the draft civil code, the work report of the Supreme People's Court, and the work report of the Supreme People's Procuratorate. Reviewing and adopting the political resolution of the third session of the 13th CPPCC National Committee and other resolutions and reports. During this year's session, there will be a shorter program for both plenary and group meetings. In addition to the opening and closing sessions, there will be 2 conference address sessions, including one held via video link. And there will also be 6 group meetings. Both the opening and closing sessions will be open to foreign diplomatic representatives. In light of the COVID-19 containment requirements and the schedule of the session, the format of media coverage will be adjusted. We will invite some of the Beijing-based Chinese and foreign journalists to cover the session at the Great Hall of the People, and arrange 3 CPPCC members' corridor interviews by video link. There will be no group interview opportunities at group meetings. Journalists are welcome to cover the session by video link, internet, or in writing. Online video interview rooms will be available at the hotels of CPPCC members. The press center on the official website of the CPPCC National Committee will release the agenda, documents, and materials of the session in time. The press service team of the CPPCC session and our press liaison officers based in the hotels will provide services for Chinese and foreign journalists. Now, the preparations are all in place for the opening of the session. Next, I will be pleased to answer your questions about the session. Thank you. The floor will be open for questions. Before asking your questions, please tell us the name of your media organizations. Due to the limit of time, I suggest each journalist ask 1 question only. The floor is now open.
有请右区第1排从中间过道走起，第4位记者。
谢谢。发言人您好，我是中央广播电视总台央视记者。那在此次抗击新冠肺炎疫情的过程当中，我们看到了很多政协委员活跃的身影。那么在这里想请问发言人的问题是：那这些政协委员都具体做了哪些工作？各级政协组织都发挥了什么样的作用？谢谢。
CCTV. Many CPPCC members are actively involved in countering COVID-19. What efforts have they made? And in what ways have different levels of CPPCC committees contributed to the country's COVID-19 response? Thank you.
好，谢谢央视记者的提问。
Thank you for the question.
在这次抗击新冠肺炎的疫情
In
过程
response
中
to
政协委员
COVID-19,
我们全国政协组织
the CPPCC members and CPPCC organizations at various levels have played an important role.
全国政协坚决贯彻
The National Committee took solid steps to implement decisions and plans made by the CPC Central Committee. It mobilized its participating organizations, the CPPCC organizations at all levels, and the CPPCC members in a people's war against COVID-19. They have performed their duties diligently and made an important contribution. The CPPCC members in the medicine and health sector have placed themselves in the harm's way and raced to the front lines. From famous experts with household names, including those reported by CCTV, to industrial leaders less known to the public, from team leaders of first-class health facilities rushing to aid Hubei, to hospital chiefs holding the ground in Wuhan, from renowned clinical doctors to top-notch community response experts. Some of the top-notch experts in Beijing have also raced to help Hubei and Wuhan. From national committee members to regional committee members, they have all put their life on the line and acted with a strong sense of responsibility. Members beyond the medicine and health sector have also contributed their part through various means and channels. Some members have worked day in and day out for a breakthrough in virology and vaccine development. Some have worked around the clock to increase production of key medical supplies. Some have stepped to the front lines for news reporting and art creation. Some have raised donations of money and equipment. At the crucial moment in fighting the disease, the CPPCC members have proved reliable, responsible, and capable. They have done their part for the country and people and lived up to the expectations for CPPCC members in the new era. The CPPCC organizations at various levels have performed their duties in a creative and proactive way and translated the strength of a special consultative organization into real governance efficacy. The National Committee utilized its mobile work platform and small group seminars to produce policy advice on preventing and controlling the disease, resuming work and production, maintaining social expectations, and strengthening law-based governance. Such work resulted in over 1,000 pieces of information, updates, and recommendations. The National Committee also convened a bi-weekly seminar on eliminating the bad habit of eating wild animals, and created a special program for members to share their expertise on the media. Regarding how to meet economic and social development targets while keeping COVID-19 under control, it conducted a special questionnaire on the mobile work platform. Our members responded actively and proposed many useful recommendations. Regional committees have also played an active part in fighting COVID-19 in various ways. Every year, the National Two Sessions are a window for the CPPCC members to hand in their homework, so to speak. But this year, the sudden attack of COVID-19 gives a major test. I can say with confidence that the CPPCC organizations and its members have all given great answers in this test. Thank you.
请继续提问。
请第三排左区第三排中间过道数第3位记者提问。
谢谢，发言人您好，我是来自《中国日报》的记者。此次新冠肺炎疫情暴露了我国在应对重大突发公共卫生事件上还存在一些短板和不足。那么，请问政协在加强国家卫生应急管理体系建设方面，有哪些建议？ 还将开展哪些工作？谢谢。
China Daily. COVID-19 exposed some weaknesses in China's response system to major public health emergencies. Does CPPCC have specific recommendations, and what does it plan to do to help strengthen the system? Thank you.
这次新冠肺炎疫情啊，是新中国
COVID-19 has been a public health emergency, which is the fastest spreading, most widely contagious, and hardest to contain in the history of the People's Republic of China. Thanks to painstaking efforts, we have won a major strategic achievement in the nationwide fight against the virus. This unknown pathogen to humankind has also exposed China's weak links and deficiencies in the mechanism for major epidemic prevention and control and the public health emergency management system. The CPPCC National Committee has taken an active part in this fight and also conducted productive and fruitful discussions on improving the public health emergency response system. A lot of members contributed inputs by submitting proposals and via the internet. Our subcommittees organized symposiums on this topic with very heated discussions and a lot of inputs. Some suggested strengthening public health legislation, establishing mechanisms for regular update and exercise of public health emergency response plans, and enhancing capacity building for rapid epidemic response. Some others gave advice on traditional Chinese medicine, Western medicine collaboration in major disease control, specialized hospitals for communicable diseases, and personnel training of public health professionals. Their contributions have been very helpful. During this year's session, CPPCC members will continue discussions on this matter, and we will organize field trips and bi-weekly consultative meetings surrounding this topic to give policy advice. CPPCC members recognize the imperative to have a stronger sense of responsibility and emergency to improve China's public health emergency preparedness system as part of the effort to advance modernization of the overall governance system and capacity. Thank you.
有请右区第三排从中间过道走起，第二位记者，有请。
Thank you. From Reuters. As the coronavirus pandemic spreads globally, people from many countries are angry with China because they think the virus originated from here. Some people are put off by how aggressive China publicizes its assistance to other countries, even as some medical supplies turn out to be of poor quality. How do you comment about this? Thank you.
路透社记者，随着疫情在全球蔓延，多国民众由于认为病毒从中国传播至各国，而对中国感到不满。中国出口的部分医疗物资存在质量问题，而中方仍大规模宣传其对别国的抗疫援助，也令一些人感到反感。您对此怎么看？谢谢。
我对你刚才提问中前面做的这个判断呢，并不完全赞成。
beg to disagree with the judgment you made in your question, because as I see it,
对中国 抗击疫情所采取的措施，
taken by China to combat COVID-19
我们取得的成效
and
我们
the
对外积极开展援
positive
助，
results produced, as well
积
as
极推动
China's
国际
support
合
and
作，
assistance for other
总体
countries,
上
and our
是
efforts
给
to promote
充
international
分肯定
cooperation
的。
are on the whole
那
fully
个在我
recognized
工
by
作
the
中，
international
也
community.
在媒体报道中，我们看到很多国家，
As you can
无论
see
是他们政府
on the
领导
media,
人，他们的
and based
智
on my
库，
personal experience,
他们
the
的
leaders of many
各界
countries,
各种组
the
织，
global
是
think
吧？
tanks, and the
也
various
包
international
括政
organizations,
党，也包
including
括媒
political
体等等，
parties and the media
总体啊，
organizations of various
对中
countries,
国
have on the
这个
whole
评价是
made
正
a
面的
positive
友好。
comment and a friendly comment about China's
病毒啊
COVID-19 response.
是全人类的共同敌人，
Virus is an enemy to all
病
humanity.
毒没有国界，
Virus respects no border,
疾病也不分种族，
nor is race relevant in the
人
face
类
of disease.
战胜各种重大疫情
The
的历史
human
表明，
history of victory over
加
various
强团结
epidemics
合作啊，
proves that
至关重要。
unity and cooperation is vitally important.
大家也都看到，近一时
As
期
you may
啊，
have noticed,
美国等
recently
少数国家一些政客
certain politicians of the US and a few
疫情政治化，
countries have attempted
污名化，
to politicize
制造舆
COVID-19
论，
and
对中国
stigmatize
进行抹
China
黑。
on the media.
他们渲染
They allege
病毒来自中
that the
国，
virus comes
来
from
自武
China,
汉，
comes from Wuhan.
还有人宣称啊
And，there are also people that claim
中国提
that
供
China is
抗疫援
providing
助
assistance
是为了提升地
for the
缘政治
purpose
影
of
响力，
boosting its geopolitical
是为了争
influence
夺世界领导
and
权。
vying for global leadership.
这些政客，或者是出于
These
国内政治
politicians
需要，试图
are
转
either
移视线，
trying to distract public
推卸责
attention
任，
and shift
或者
responsibilities
是出于
to serve the
意
needs
识
of
形态的
domestic
偏见，
politics, or
指责中国
spreading
造谣抹黑，
false information and blaming China
这样的图
out
谋
of
啊，
ideological
是
bias.
不能得逞的。
These attempts will never succeed.
这一段时间啊，中国政府和有关方面
The Chinese
有关专
government
家
and relevant
对
parties
此啊
and
已经
experts
做了
have already
有力的
provided
澄清。
convincing clarifications,
和回应。
rebuttals, and responses to these
我们也看
allegations.
到许多国际的权威机构，
Many authoritative
包括世卫组织，
international institutions, including the
包
World
括
Health
全
Organization,
国际上的一些权威专家
And some
都纷纷啊站出
authoritative
来，
experts
表达了反对的意
have
见。
voiced their opposition against these
你刚才
allegations
提
as
到
well.
了医疗物资的质量问
You
题，
talked about the
中
quality
国有
of
关部门啊
medical supplies
已经
China
进行了
exported to
调
foreign
查
countries.
澄清，
The relevant
也
departments
采取了
of
相
the
关
Chinese
措施。
government have already conducted investigations,
出口
made
医疗物资的
clarifications, and
质量
taken
出现一
actions.
些质疑，其原因啊
There are
是多方面的。
several reasons behind
在
the
有一段时
questions
间媒
about the
体报道
quality
比
of
较多的时
exports.
候啊，我也做了一些
I
调查
also
和分
did
析。
some research and analysis when there were a lot of
有
media
些
reports
啊
about
是因
this.
为中外产品质量标准不
Some
同，
are the result of
有
different
些啊
quality standards
是使
used
用
in
习
China
惯
and
上
foreign countries,
存在差异，
and some are caused
有
by
些是
different
操
user
作不当
habits
等。
or simply
中
mishandling.
国出口了大量的
China has
医疗物
exported
资，
a large amount of
存在
anti-epidemic
问题
medical
的
supplies,
是极少
and
数。
only a very few of
中国
them
政府
have had
对此
quality
零容忍，
problems. The Chinese government
有关
takes
部门
a
啊
zero
已
tolerance
采取
approach,
了严格的
and the
措施，
competent departments have
以
taken
确保
stringent measures
医疗
to
物资质
ensure
量
product
规
quality
范出口
and order
秩序。
of export.
这个中国政府采取的措施啊，我想国际社会啊也都做了
I
很多
think
报道。
There are also a lot of media reports
讲到关于对外援助
about
问
the
题，
measures taken by
我想
China
强调，
in this
中国
regard.
向有关国家
Talking about
提供抗疫
external
援助啊，
assistance,
是
I want
真
to
诚。
stress that China is genuine
在
in
中国疫
providing
情最严重的
assistance
时
to
候，
the relevant
很
countries.
多国家对我们施以援手。
At the height of
我们
China's
至
fight
今啊
against COVID-19, many
铭记
countries
在心。
extended a helping hand, and
当
we
疫
will
情
always keep that
在
in
其
mind.
他国家蔓
When
延，
COVID-19 broke out in other
我们
countries,
向这些国家
we
用各种
also
方式提供我们
provided
力所能及的
through
帮助。
various means assistance to the
提供
affected
物资
countries
包括
to
分
the
享
best of our
我
ability,
们防
including
疫
material
防治的
assistance
经验，
and also
包括
sharing
我们
of
也派出了
anti-epidemic
医疗队
experience. We
等
have
等
also sent
包
medical
括我
teams
们的
to the countries
中
hit
央
by
媒体
the
啊，
virus.
也都制作了很多节目，
And
包括央视啊、人民日报、中国日报
CCTV,
都通过
People's
媒
Daily
体积极的来向对外介绍我
and
们
other
防疫的经验。
Media
我们所
organizations
做这些啊，
have
是希望这
produced
些国家
TV programs
能
to
尽早
share
的控
China's
制疫情，
experience in controlling
挽救更多的生
COVID-19.
命，
We are doing this
也使国际社会啊
for the
尽
purpose
早
of
的
controlling the epidemic as quickly as possible and saving as many lives as possible.
这些做法体现了
And we're also doing this for the
人道
purpose
主义精
of
神，
restoring order in the
体
international
现了一
community.
个负责任大国的
These acts are a
责
living
任担当，
testimony to China's humanitarian
也
spirit
体现了
and China's
中
sense
华民
of
族
responsibility as a
同舟
major
共济
country. They
守
also
望相助
demonstrate the
的
fine traditions
优秀
of
传统，
solidarity and mutual support in
以
times
此
of
来指责
difficulties
中国，
that defines the Chinese
或者说
nation.
中国高调宣传。
The accusations
或者说中国
that China is
要争夺
aggressively
领导权，
publicizing its
我想
foreign
这些说
assistance
法
or
是
even
毫无道理的，
vying for global leadership
是
through the
十分狭
assistance
隘的。
are narrow-minded and they simply make no sense at all.
当前啊，不少国家
As we speak,
还正在开展
many
抗击
countries
疫情的
are
艰苦斗争，
still battling
我们对
COVID-19.
此感同身受，
We feel for them
愿与国际社会
and
一道
stand ready to
携
work
起
with
手
them
来，共同努力，
to
争取早日
defeat the
战胜疫
virus
情。
as soon as we can.
我们将继续
We will
尽其
continue
所能，
to provide
为有
support
需要的国家
and
提供支持
assistance
和援
to
助，
countries in need
推动抗击疫情的
and
国际合
promote
作。
international cooperation on COVID-19.
中国始终坚持开
China
放合
is
作，
committed to
互
the
利共赢。
principles of openness and win-win
我们
cooperation.
将坚持，并用
We
自己
will
的行动表明，
Demonstrate to the
中
world
国啊
with concrete
是世
actions
界和平
that
的
China
建设者，
is a builder of world peace,
是
a
全球
contributor
发展的贡献
to
者，
global development,
是国际秩序的
and
维护者。
a defender of international order.
中国愿同世界各国一起，
China will work with all
共
countries
同构建人类卫生
to
健康共
build
同
a
体，
global community of health for
共
all,
同构建人类
and
命
build
运
a
共同
community
体。
with a shared future
谢谢
for。mankind. Thank you.
请继续提问。
请左区第一排那位女记者提问。
谢谢，发言人您好，我是人民日报社记者。2019年是人民政协成立70周年。去年召开的中央政协工作会议上，明确了新时代人民政协工作的发展方向。那么，请问发言人，在过去的1年当中，政协的工作有哪些亮点，又有哪些创新之处？谢谢。
People's Daily. Last year marked the 70th anniversary of the establishment of the CPPCC, and at last year's Central Work Conference on CPPCC, the direction was set for the work of the CPPCC in the new era. So, Mr. Spokesperson, could you share with us some of the highlights and the innovations made by the CPPCC in the past year? Thank you.
的确啊，那个去年啊，这些工作啊，
The
十
year
分活跃，
2019 was indeed a year of active
具有重要意义的一年。
actions and special significance
2019年，
for the
全国政
CPPCC.
协工作取得了重大进展。
It was a year of
在以
major
习近平同志
progress
为核
for the
心的
work of the
中共中央
CPPCC
坚强领
National
导下，
Committee. Under the strong
政协
leadership of the
全国委员
CPC
会
Central Committee with
以及
Comrade
常委
Xi
会
Jinping at its core
以习近平新时
and
代
the
中
guidance
国特色社
of
会
Xi
主义思
Jinping's
想为
thought
指导，
on socialism with Chinese
以庆
characteristics
祝
for a
新
new
中国
era.
成立70周年
The
和人民政
CPPCC
协成立
National
70
Committee
周年
and
为
its
重点，
Standing Committee focused its
紧紧围
efforts
绕党
on
和国家
celebrating the
的
70th
中心工作，
anniversary of the founding
认
of the
真
People's
履
Republic
行各
of
项职
China
能，
and the
为各
CPPCC,
项事业发展
aligned its work
做
with the
出
central
了
tasks of the
新的
party
贡
and the
献。
country, and earnestly
应该说
performed its functions across the
2019
board,
年
making new
是人
contributions
民政
to
协历
China's
史上
various endeavors.
具有里
The
程
year
碑意义的
2019 will
重
be
要一年。
marked as a milestone in the history of the
讲几个方面
CPPCC.
哈，一是
Let me
学习
highlight
贯
a
彻
number of
中央政
areas.
协工作会议精神，
First,
深入扎实。
we took deep-going
去
and
年9
solid
月
steps
20日，
to study and
在
implement the
人民政
principles
协
and
成立
decisions of
70周
the
年之际
Central
啊，
Conference on
中共
CPPCC
中央
work.
召开
The conference
中央
was
政协工作
convened
会议，
on the
这
20th
在
of September
我们党
last
的历
year
史上，
by
人民
the
政协的历史上
CPPC
都
Central
是第一
Committee,
次。
marking the 70th
习
anniversary
近
of the
平总书记
CPPCC.
出席
It was the
会议
first of its
并发
kind in
表
the
了
history of both
重
the
要讲话，
CPC and the
为新
CPPCC.
时代人民
General
政协
Secretary
事
Xi
业的
Jinping
发展
attended the conference and
把
gave
行
important
定向。
remarks, setting the course and
全国
direction
政协
for the
中国主
development
席
of
会议
CPPCC in the new
常委
era.
会会议
Following the conference, the CPPCC National Committee held a chairman and chairperson's meeting, standing committee meetings, special seminars and symposiums for all national committee members to study its content. Regional committees followed swiftly with their own study programs. Thus, the decisions made at the conference were studied and implemented across the CPPCC system. Second, we held a series of activities to commemorate the 70th anniversary of the CPPCC. In line with the CPC Central Committee's planning on activities celebrating the 70th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China, we held a serial commemorative activities under the theme Our CPPCC and I to celebrate the CPPCC's 70th birthday. These activities were diverse in form and wide in coverage. CPPCC members at all levels were encouraged to participate and take the stage. Let me highlight one example: the award for 100 most influential proposals in the last 70 years. We went through more than 140,000 proposals in the last 7 decades and picked the best 100. Let me give you a few examples. These proposals include one on the National Day of the People's Republic of China, one on establishing the date and contents of the Teachers' Day, and one on abolishing agricultural tax, so on and so forth. They are vivid accounts of the CPPCC's important role in China's governance system. Third, we produced fruitful results in supporting the major endeavors of the party and the country. To help eliminate poverty, promote innovation-driven development, boost high-quality manufacturing, deliver quality education, and tackle other key issues in economic and social development, we organized in 2019 97 inspection trips and 73 seminars at various levels to pool wisdom and build consensus, producing a large number of targeted, tailored, and operable recommendations. The party and government highly value these recommendations, and many of which have been reflected in policy documents. We placed greater importance on consensus building in all consultations and deliberations, promoting both democracy and unity, and strengthening efforts in both policy advice and consensus building. Tomorrow, Chairman Wang Yang will present the report on the work of the Standing Committee of the CPPCC National Committee, which is a comprehensive review of its work last year. You're most welcome to follow that. Thank you.
有请右区第2排中间过道的第1位记者。
谢谢，我是新华社记者。我的提问呢是关于经济方面的。有分析认为，这次疫情对中国经济造成了较大的冲击。1季度 GDP 同比下降了6.8%，所以想请问一下发言人，对今年中国经济形势怎么看？
Xinhua News Agency. My question is about the Chinese economy. COVID-19 has had a major impact on China's economy. In the first quarter of this year, China's GDP contracted by 6.8%. So how do you see this year's economic outlook for China? Thank you.
谢谢。经济问题啊，
Thank you for your question.
社会啊，普遍高度关
Indeed,
注的问题。
the economy is something that the general public is following very closely.
如何统筹
The CPPCC National Committee
促进经济社会发
attaches
展
great
呢，也
importance to the
非
goal
常重
of
视。
coordinating epidemic
在抗
control
击疫情的
and
同时啊，
economic and social
深入
development.
研究疫情对
We have been
经济发展的影响。
thoroughly assessing
多
COVID-19's
次啊，
impact
召开
on the
了
economy
专题会，
and
并也
conducted
通过
thematic
移动议
discussions
事平台等形式啊，
to
展
devise
开讨论，
policy
分析
advice
经济形势，
on
研究对
various
策。
platforms.
大家认为，
Members have noted that all government departments and relevant authorities have coordinated epidemic control and economic development well, enabling the continued positive trend in containment and steady progress in business reopening. Basic industries vital for growth and livelihood are recovering faster. People have better supplies of essential services, and new business forms and industries spawned during this period are picking up momentum. That said, we also need to see the notably underperformance of the economy in the first quarter, the mounting downward pressure, the unabated spread of the virus globally, and increasing uncertainties and destabilizing factors. These factors pose new difficulties and challenges for our economic and social development this year. Responding to these unprecedented impacts, the CPC Central Committee and State Council swiftly adopted a series of cushioning measures to scale up counter-cyclical adjustments in a targeted manner and help medium, small, and micro enterprises to tide over difficulties. The soundness of China's economic and social development speaks volumes of the Chinese economy's advantages in its massive scale, its strong resilience, enormous potential, and space for maneuvering in times of adversity. CPPCC members in the economic, agricultural, and commercial sectors have put forward a number of proposals focusing on offsetting COVID-19's impact, steering macro policies, maintaining stability in employment, finance, foreign trade, foreign investment, domestic investment and market expectation, and take forward the priority jobs of employment, livelihood, market expectations, food and energy security, and industrial supply chains, and functioning of the community at the community level. They gave advice on quickening financial market reform, supporting SMEs, and promoting digital economy. Many of their contributions have been accepted by government authorities. They underline the need to maintain strategic focus and brave all difficulties with confidence and determination. Our solidarity and hard work have enabled us to prevail over the virus. Likewise, our unity and perseverance will support us in turning the crisis into an opportunity for stable economic and social development. Thank you.
请左区第3排从中间过道数第2位男记者提问。
Thank you. I'm with Bloomberg News. I have an economic question as well. One of the outcomes of the pandemic has been this growing anti-globalization sentiment. A lot of countries are now wanting to make products on their own that they used to import because they face shortages. That could lead to more factories leaving China. It could even lead to the US and China decoupling. I wonder what the impact could be for China and how China will respond. Thank you.
彭博新闻社记者，我的问题也是关于经济的。我想问一下，在反全球化浪潮的背景下，疫情对于这一系列的问题产生了什么样的影响？目前呢，多国更倾向于自己生产他们进口的产品，以应对国内的供应不足。这有可能导致越来越多的工厂离开中国，并且呢，也有可能进一步导致中美脱钩。那么我就想请问，这些问题对中国会有什么样的影响？中国如何来应对这些问题？谢谢。
好，谢谢。
Thank
这
you.
个新冠疫情啊，在全球的大流
The
行，
global outbreak of
的确啊
COVID-19，
对于全球的产业链、供应链
indeed
带来了很大的冲击。
seriously disrupted
我们也
the
注意
global
到，
industrial and supply chains.
在国际社会啊，也出现了一些逆
We
全
have
球
also
化的思
noticed
潮，
there has been a talk about
也有人
the
提出啊，
reversal of globalization
要把
in the world.
在国外的企业搬回去，
Some are asking their companies
也
to
有人
move
声称
overseas operations back
要鼓
home,
动本国的经济啊
and some
和中
are
国的脱钩。
clamoring for an economic
但
decoupling
与
with
此同
China.
时，我们看到，多数国家的
On the other
领
hand,
导人和国
It
际
must
主
be
流舆论
recognized that the leaders of most
呼吁
countries
各国
and
要
the
加强
mainstream
团结，
international public opinion
保持全球
are appealing for
产业
unity
链
among
供
countries
应链的
and the smooth
顺畅。
functioning of the global industrial
近
and supply
期
chains.
一些专业机构的调查也显示，
As the results of
很
some
多
business surveys
跨国
recently
企业
conducted suggest
他们并不愿意
many
从其他国
multinational
家
corporations
撤回去，
have no
包括从中国
intention
要
to
撤
pull
回，
back the
他们
investment
不愿
from
意，
overseas,
而且
including
还
from
有
China.
新的企业不但要来投资，
And more
期待啊
companies are
继续开
actually
展
looking
国际
forward
经贸合
to
作。
making new investment and more international cooperation.
新冠肺炎疫情的这个蔓延啊，确实给国际
COVID-19
经济合作带来了
has
困难。
indeed caused the
但同
difficulties
时，
to
疫情
international
啊也
economic
更反
cooperation,
映出加强国际合作的
but it
重要性。
also shows the importance of
最近啊，前两
unity
天
and
召开的世
cooperation
界卫生
among
大会上，
countries
我
in
们
the
注意
world.
到联合国秘书长
You
和
notice
许多
that
国
at the
家领
recent
导人
opening session
都
of the
强
World
调要
Health
加强国际
Assembly,
合作。
both the UN Secretary General and
在
many
全球
state
公共卫
leaders
生危机面前，
stress the
人类
importance
啊
of unity
始
and
终是一
cooperation.
个休戚与共的
In the face of a
命运共
global
同体。
public health crisis, humanity
没有
is a
哪一个
community
国
with a
家
shared
能
future.
够置身度外，
No country can
独善其
stay
身，
isolated
也没有哪一个全球性的挑战
or
能靠一国之
fight
力
global
来
challenge
解
on
决。
its own.
只有秉持
Only with
同舟共济、
unity,
团结合作的理念，
solidarity, and
才
cooperation
能战胜困难。
can we prevail over the difficulties.
刚才说到经济全球化，
You
这个经济
mentioned
全球
economic
化是一
globalization.
个历史性的进程，
Economic
为
globalization
世界
is
经
a
济的增
historical
长、
process.
商品和资本的流动、
It has
科技
provided
和文明的进步啊，提供了
necessary
必要的条件。
conditions for world economic
经济
growth,
全
the
球化
movement
在
of goods and
发展过
capital,
程中啊，
and the
可
progress
能
of
会出
science,
现一些问题，
technology, and
这也是
civilization.
正常的。
The problems in the course of
那么
economic
新冠疫情
globalization
的发
are
生啊，
natural,
它可能
and the
加剧了
difficulties caused by
一些
COVID-19
人的质疑和
have
担心，
exacerbated
是吧
the？ doubts and
那
worries
么
of some
也有人
people.
提出啊，要增加本国公共卫生
Greater production capacity and reserve of public
但是
health
我
emergency
们认为啊，
supplies in their
主
own
张脱
countries.
钩不是一张好的药方。
But in our view,
我们应该看
decoupling
到
is not a good
全球
prescription.
产业链的布局和供
It
应
must
链
be
的结
noted
构啊，
that the distribution of
多年
global
来形成的，
industrial chain and
具有
the
相对
structure
的
of the
稳定
global
性
supply chains
和依赖性。
have been formed through
面对疫
years of
情冲
economic
击啊，
activities.
各
They are
国
relatively
应该
stable
加强
and the
团结，
countries are mutually
加强合
dependent.
作，
In the face of
协
the
调政策立场，
COVID-19, it is imperative for
维护
countries
全球
to
产
strengthen
业链
unity and cooperation,
供应链
coordinate
的稳定，
policy positions,
防
and
止
work
世界啊
together
经济
to
陷入
safeguard
陷
the
入啊衰
stability
退，
of global industrial
而
and
不应
supply chains and
以
prevent the
邻为
world
壑，
economy from falling
分必
into
孤立，
recession.
更不能把疫
Countries
情
should
问
avoid
题
taking a beggar thy neighbor
政治化
approach or seeking
抹黑指责，
isolation, and even
主
worse,
动啊搞对立，
making COVID-19 a political issue and putting blames
中
on
国
others
啊
to provoke
倡导多
confrontation.
边主义，
China stands
发
for
展全球
multilateralism
自由贸易
and
和
free
投资，
trade and investment in the world.
反对单边主义、
We are opposed to unilateralism
贸易保护主义。
and trade
保守主义。
protectionism.
中国作为全球产业链不可或缺的
China
重要一体，
is an indispensable
将展现出
pole
更高的效率、
and link in the global
更好的
industrial
服务、
chain. We will strive for
更优的
higher efficiency, better
营商
services,
环境，
and a better business environment,
继续促进
and continue
国际
to push
经贸
forward
合作。
international economic cooperation.
习近平主席啊，在不久前
At
召开
the
的
extraordinary G20 Leaders Summit held not long ago, President Xi Jinping stated that China will continue to advance reform and opening up, widen market access, improve business environment, and expand imports and outbound investments to contribute to the stability of world economy. No matter how big the difficulties are, China's policy of opening up will not change. China's commitment to peaceful development and win-win cooperation will not change. And China's efforts to promote the building of a community with a shared future for mankind will not change. Thank you.
请继续提问。右区第2排，从中间过道走起，第5位记者，有请。
发言人您好，我是农民日报社全媒体记者，我的问题是关于脱贫攻坚。今年是打赢脱贫攻坚战的决胜之年，但有人担心已脱贫人口还有返贫风险，也有人反映存在数字脱贫的现象。您对此有何评论？另外，新冠肺炎疫情是否会影响脱贫攻坚的进展？政协在今年这个脱贫攻坚方面还有哪些工作要开展？请您回答，谢谢。
Farmers Daily. My question is about China's poverty alleviation efforts. China has vowed to end poverty by the end of this year, but there are concerns that people having been lifted out of poverty may fall back into it, and some of the poverty reduction numbers don't necessarily tell the true story on the ground. What is your comment on that? And will COVID-19 have an impact on China's efforts to meet its poverty alleviation goals? And this year, what does the CPPCC plan to do on this front? Thank you.
农民日报记者啊，刚才提的问题啊，关于脱贫攻坚的几个问题，的确啊，是我们现在脱贫攻坚中面临的这个重要问题，也是难点问题。
We face in our poverty alleviation efforts. After years of hard work, China has scored unprecedented achievements in poverty alleviation. But eliminating poverty remains a challenging task. We need to consolidate the gains we have made and prevent those who have moved out of poverty from falling back. We also need to tackle the excessive formalities and manipulation of numbers in the process of poverty alleviation. As you said, COVID-19 has posed new challenges and new problems. On poverty alleviation, the CPPCC National Committee has leveraged its unique strengths to contribute its part.
开展脱贫攻坚的工作上，全国政协参与的部门多。
The participating agencies under the CPPCC are many.
工作形式广，而且取得的成效
And we have contributed in various forms,
近年来聚焦
producing significant results.
精准脱贫。
This year, for example, on targeted poverty alleviation,
17个省区市
we have conducted surveys and inspections in 17 provinces, regions, and cities, which are the main theaters of our battle against poverty. From 2016 to 2018, that's 3 years in a row, the Standing Committee has held special meetings on eliminating poverty each year. Last year, on sustainable poverty reduction, Chairman Wang Yang chaired a bi-weekly seminar surrounding the key challenges in poverty reduction. During the seminar, members proposed recommendations from multiple angles on how to cement the gains we have made so far. Particularly, the recommendation on establishing a monitoring and early warning system for preventing people who moved out of poverty from falling back drew great attention of the central leadership and the government departments. This mechanism is being built right now. On credible implementation of central policies, such as on tackling excessive formalities and manipulation of numbers, we actively exercised democratic supervision and organized non-CPC members to make inspection visits. In addition, we have held briefings on issues of key concerns, sectoral consultations, and seminars on the handling of key proposals to reflect social conditions and public views. In various ways, we have offered policy advice on poverty alleviation and effectively strengthened the efforts to end poverty. The CPPCC National Committee closely watches the impact of COVID-19 on poverty alleviation. We have conducted thorough researches and proposed many useful recommendations. This year, the National Committee will convene a special standing committee meeting on eliminating absolute poverty and establishing a long-term mechanism for addressing relative poverty, and continue its work through various means. We will further improve the quality of our work to facilitate high-quality poverty alleviation and continue to play an active role in battling and ending poverty in China. Thank you.
请继续提问。
请左区第2排靠中间过道那位记者提问。
谢谢主持人，发言人您好，新加坡联合早报提问。我们想继续问一个关于新冠肺炎的问题。有舆论认为，由于中国在新冠肺炎疫情信息发布上不公开、不及时，导致了疫情蔓延到其他国家。您长期从事新闻发布工作，也是新闻发言人，想请问您对此有什么看法？谢谢。
联合早报 from Singapore. Another question on COVID-19. Some believe that the untimeliness and the lack of transparency of China's disclosure of COVID-19 related information is the reason why this virus is spread to other countries. Mr. Spokesperson, being someone who have worked for many years in government information release, what is your reaction to those comments? Thank you.
关于这个问题啊，最近一段时间啊，中国政府的有关部门、有关专家多次呢做了
a lot of explanation by relevant government departments and experts on this matter. And let me add a few words on that. China's COVID-19 response has been open, transparent, and responsible. We have been given timely updates to the international community. Let me highlight some major moments. As early as January the 3rd, China notified the World Health Organization and relevant countries after competent departments confirmed unknown pneumonia infections. And later, on the 12th of January, China shared with the world the genetic sequencing of the virus right after identifying it. Before and after that, China's relevant departments have kept in close communication with WHO and other countries. Starting from January 23rd, the day outbound transport from Wuhan was shut. China has been releasing COVID-19 related information and policy measures on a daily basis in press briefings and via other channels. Such information not only helped China contain the virus, but also served as important reference for the rest of the world. Any arguments accusing China of covering up, which led to the spread of virus elsewhere, are simply baseless. Since you mentioned information release, I want to say a few more words on that. China has organized frequent briefings of authoritative information at various levels and via multiple means on COVID-19. We have had a record number of press conferences at record scales in new forms. The State Council Information Office held many press briefings in both Hubei and Wuhan. The State Council, Interagency Task Force, and Hubei Provincial Government had been meeting the media on a daily basis. Cabinet ministries and local governments in China have also held frequent press availabilities, including Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangdong. Such timely release of authoritative information and response to public concerns have contributed enormously to winning the war against COVID-19. And these efforts have also earned global recognition. That said, we do see room for improvement in this area, including how to make press releases more up-to-date, targeted, and professional, and how to better train our government officials in press briefing and interacting with the media. We need to take good stock and keep improving our work. Information release is essential to the modern government system and government capacities. In recent years, particularly since the 18th CPC National Congress, we have made huge strides in this area. But we're also facing quite some challenges under new circumstances, and we must think hard for more effective work in this area. Government officials at all levels need to truly appreciate the importance of press releases, make good use of information release platforms to communicate policies and respond to concerns. We need to update our minds, be open and transparent, because we have this keen feeling that openness and transparency is crucial to solid work, to policy communication, to public trust in the government, and to the world's better understanding of China. Relevant institutions need to be strengthened so that press releases become a mandatory requirement and enjoy strong underpinning. Government officials need to be better trained in press sensitivity and communication skills. There has been a lot of progress, but we need to make even greater efforts so that they can be better equipped with communication skills. All these efforts are essential to greater progress in information release work. Thank you.
有请右区第一排中间过道首起，第二位记者。
谢谢主持人。发言人您好，我是人民政协报全媒体的记者。我注意到今年全国政协面向全体政协委员发起了读书活动。我想请问，发起这样一个活动是出于什么考虑？读书活动与政协委员履职是什么关系？谢谢。
CPPCC Daily. The National Committee of the CPPCC has organized an activity this year to encourage all its members to read more. What is the purpose of this initiative, and how does this help its members fulfill their responsibilities? Thank you.
这个了解政协的朋友们，大家可能都
For
知道
friends who are familiar with the CPPCC would know that
崇尚学
valuing
习
and
是
respecting
人民政
learning
协的
are
优
the
良传统。
fine traditions of the CPPCC.
在新形势下，
Under the new
面对
circumstances,
国内外复杂的环
in the
境，
face of the complex
政协
environment
参
both
政议
home and
政领
abroad,
域
the
不断
areas
拓
of
展，
CPPCC's
任务更加
participation in
繁重，
policy discussions
需要
have been
委员
expanded
要
and the tasks
加强学
have
习，
become heavier.
提高
All this
建言
requires
执
the
政的质量，
CPPCC members to
更好地凝
enhance
聚共识。
self-learning, raise the
这个
quality
加
of
强学习
policy
就
recommendations, and
显得
forge
格外
greater
重要。
consensus.
为了贯彻落实习近平总书记
To
关于加强
implement
和改进人民政协工作
the
的重要
important
思想，
instructions of President
增强政
and
协委
General
员
Secretary Xi
履职
Jinping
本
on
领，
strengthening and improving
全
the
国政
work of the
协组织开展
CPPCC
了
and
面向
enhance the capacity
全体
of
委员的
CPPCC members
读
to
书活
perform
动，
their duties. The
得到了广
CPPCC
大
National
委
Committee
员
has
们的
organized
积极
a
响应。
nationwide campaign on book reading, which is very well
在
received
汪洋
among
主
all the
席
members.
倡导和推动
Following
下
the，initiative of
今
Chairman
年
Wang
2月
Yang,
下旬，
in late February
为
this
了
year,
深刻理解疫情防控
in
局
order to
势
help
及带来的
CPPCC
挑战，
members better
全
understand
国政协在
the
委员
situation
的
and
移动履
challenges
职
of
平台
COVID-19,
开通了
the
防
National
控疫情主
Committee
题的读
set
书
up
群，
a chat group on
并
COVID-19
组
related
织了
books
线上、
in
线下的
the
交流活
online
动。
or mobile work
委员们
platform for
结合
CPPCC
读书
members
心得，
and organized a series of
围
online
绕
and
疫情
offline
防控
exchange
和
programs.
经济社
The
会发展
CPPCC members,
深入的
based on
交流讨
inspirations
论，
they get from the books,
就健
conducted
全
thorough
公
discussions
共卫
on
生、应急
COVID-19
管理体
containment
系、
and economic and social
加强
development.
全球
They put
抗疫合
forward
作等，提出了
over
300多条
300
意见和
recommendations
建
and
议，
the suggestions
体现
on
了读书
improving
学习
the public health
与
emergency
履
management
职
system
建言
and
相
enhancing
结合
global
的
COVID-19
政协特色。
cooperation. The combination of book reading
读书活
and
动
the performance
得
of
到了
duties
政协
has
委
fully
员们的
demonstrated
踊跃参
the
与
distinctive
和积
features
极
of
评价。
CPPCC. The
有
book
委员认
reading
为啊，
activity
结合实际
is
问题和挑战，多读书、读
actively
好书啊，
participated and highly
拥有
commended by
富足的
CPPCC
知识、
members.
理
The
性的
members believe
思
that
考，
reading
开
more
阔
books
的
and
眼
reading
界，
good books to
能
tackle
够
real
更好
problems
地
and
提高
challenges
建言执政的
gives
水
them
平，
more knowledge,
更好的
rational
履职
perspective, and a
尽责。
broader horizon, which will help them make more quality
以
policy
防疫为
recommendations and
主
better
题的
perform their
读书
duties.
活动呢，是一次预热
The。book reading
在此
activity
基
on
础上，
COVID-19
4月
is a warm
23
up
日，
of a
也
year-long
是世界读
campaign
书日的当天，
based on the experience
全国
gained
政协举行了
on
委
April
员
the
读书活
23rd,
动的
the World
启
Book
动仪
Day.
式，
The CPPCC National
标
Committee
志着书香政协
launched
建设
the
正式开始。
CPPCC member
汪洋
reading
主
books
席啊，
campaign,
出席了
which
仪
also
式
marked the
并讲
beginning
话。
of the construction of a scholarly
网上
CPPCC.
全国政
Chairman
协
Wang
书
Yang
院
attended
随
the
即在
inauguration ceremony
委
and
员
delivered
移动履
a
职平
speech.
台上线运行。
The online academy
现
of
在
CPPCC
以上
National
我们
Committee
政协委
was
员
also
的
put into
APP 啊，你可
operation
以看到
on
各
the
个读书
mobile
群
work
啊，
platform.
非常活
If
跃，
you
非常
access
活跃，
or
围绕着不
subscribe
同
to
的
the
主
mobile
题，
work platform,
大
you can
家
see that
开
our
展
members
热烈的
are
讨论，
actively involved
有
in
一些讨
discussions
论
on various
还是
topics,
很深
and
刻
there
的
are
内容，
quite a number
很
of
有见地
chat
见解。
groups on books
首期推出了11
about
个主
different
题读书群，
subjects.
内容涉及
In phase
经济、
1,
政
there
治、
are 11
文
chat
化、
groups
社会、生态环
covering
境等各个领域。
topics such as economy,
参与读
politics,
书的委
culture,
员也
society,
覆
and
盖了政
ecological
协
progress.
34个界别。
And the members that have signed up for the
下一步
program
呢，全国政协啊
cover all
将
the
进一
34
步推动
sectors of
委
the
员读书活
CPPCC
动，
going forward.
全面深
The
入
national community will continue to organize the book reading activity and encourage the members to devote more efforts to reading and learning and better perform their duties so as to further leverage the role of CPPCC as a special consultative body.
请左区第2排中间那位男记者提问。
你好，我是日本电视台的记者，我想问一下关于中日关系的问题，因为习近平主席本来访问日本，今年的那个春天要去访问日本，但是因为疫情没有实现，那么这个疫情缓和之后，就是习主席的访问日本的行程会。大概什么时候会实现，或者说是希望什么时候实现？谢谢。
Nippon Television. My question is about China-Japan relations. President Xi Jinping was scheduled to visit Japan in the spring of this year, but it didn't go ahead because of COVID-19. So my question is, when will he visit Japan after COVID-19 eases? Thank you.
谢谢这位日本记者的提问。在这次抗击
Thank you for the
新冠
question.
肺炎疫情的过程中中日两国
China and Japan
友好合作
have supported each other in responding to COVID-19, featuring very friendly cooperation. Since the start of COVID-19 in China, Japan's government and people have extended a helping hand to support the Chinese people in fighting the disease. There have been a lot of touching stories. This beautiful poem line, mountains and rivers apart, moon and winds we share, have been circulating in both countries. After Japan became affected, China, while tackling the virus itself, also donated medical supplies to Japan and conducted a lot of cooperation. As the Chinese philosopher Mencius said, people of a community will live in harmony when they befriend each other, support each other, and comfort each other in trying times. That China and Japan join hands to tide over great adversities together truly reflects our good neighborliness. And this also underpins the continued improvement and growth of the bilateral relations. China stands ready to work with Japan to strengthen exchanges and cooperation, jointly defeat COVID-19, and contribute to human welfare and global public health. We look forward and we're confident that the friendship between the Chinese people and Japanese people will emerge stronger out of the scourge of the disease, and the foundation of China-Japan relations will become more solid. You mentioned President Xi Jinping's state visit to Japan. Indeed, this is something that both countries attach great importance to. And both sides want the state visit to happen at the most befitting moment, environment, and atmosphere to be a full success. And China and Japan agreed to keep in contact and jointly work for further progress of the bilateral relations. Thank you.
下面是最后一个问题，请举手示意。有请右区最后一排过道上这位记者。
非常感谢发言人，我是来自香港凤凰卫视、凤凰网和凤凰秀的记者胡玲。最后一个机会但是我的问题呢，可能是想问到，因为我们特别关注到中国内地在这次抗击新冠疫情的过程当中，无论是这个人工智能、大数据还是5G，都是发挥了非常独特、非常重要的作用。我也想请问，政协在推动这些新技术的发展和应用方面，你们又发挥了哪些作用？谢谢。
Phoenix TV, we've noticed that on China's mainland, the New technologies such as big data, artificial intelligence, and 5G have played a unique and important role in fighting COVID-19. And what work has the CPPCC done in promoting the development of these new technologies? Thank you.
的确啊，就在这次抗击疫情过程中
It is true that
大数据、人工
in
智
our
能、
COVID-19
5G
response,
这些新技术
big data, artificial intelligence,
发挥了
5G,
重要
and
的
other
作
new
用。
technologies have played an
利用大
important
数据
role.
啊，我们可以对疫情的发展、人员的
With
流
big
动
data, we
可
can
以开展实时的
monitor
监测，
the spread of the
有效
virus
地
and the
提高
movement
了
of people on a real-time
防控的
basis
针对性
and make
和
our response
效率。
more efficient and targeted.
智能机器人走进了医院，
Intelligent
隔离区
robots can
送物、送药、
provide
导医、导诊。
information services to
发挥了很
patients
好的
in
作用。
hospitals and deliver foods and goods
刚
to
才说
isolated
到
quarters.
5G 啊，通过5G 技术
And
啊，
through 5G,
我们对火神山、雷神山的建造过程进行直播。
we
同样
have
是啊，
provided
发
live
挥了作
broadcast
用，
of
进
the
行直播
construction
用
of
5G 技
Leishan
术，
Shan and Huoshen Field
也使网
hospitals
民啊见
on the
证了这
internet.
个我们中国奇迹的这样的一个
And the
过程。
netizens have
人家
been
说
able to
这是
witness
叫专家说
this
是
great Chinese
民间
miracle.
工，是吧？通过5G 来
As some people put it, the
另外呢
netizens have
，5G
become
加远程的
supervisors
会
on the
诊系
cloud.
统，为
The
医
5G
疗的
plus
救治汇聚起
distant
了最
diagnostic
精锐
system
的
has
力量。
gathered the
专家
expertise
说，
of
我
all the
们
best doctors
派
to
驻
save
我们各地
patients.
驰援湖北武汉有4万多
We have
医护人员，
over 40,000
但实际
medical
上在
workers
北京、上海，
dispatched from
我
other
们的一些
provinces
顶尖
to
的医生、医疗
Wuhan
专
and
家，
Hubei, but
也通过
actually
远程
through
医疗，
distant
通过视频，在
diagnostic
为
system,
武汉的这些病人
doctors
进行会诊，
in places
提出
like
救治的
Beijing
方
and
案。
Shanghai are also
另外，远程
joining
教育实
the
现了
treatment and
停课
providing
不停学，远程的办公啊，
therapeutics.
也为复工复产提供
Distant
了
education
有
has
力的
enabled
支撑。
students to keep up with their studies
可以
without
看
going
到
to schools, and work from
经
home
过多
solutions
年的
have
持
provided
续的
support
积
for
累，
the resumption of work
我
and
国
production.
在新技术领域
Through
取得
many years
了
of efforts,
重要的进展。
China has made important
现在
headway
我
in
们
new
一批
technologies.
龙头骨干企
A
业
group of flagship
在
enterprises
加速成
have
长，
grown up at a faster pace.
为推动新技术的发展，
To promote the
我们
development
国
of new
家也不
technologies,
断的完善顶层设
the
计，
government has improved
陆续
policy
呢出
planning
台
at the
了一
top
系
level
列政策
and
措施，
introduced a host of
引
policy
导广大企
measures
业积极
to
创新，
encourage
持续扩
the
大
innovation
开放合作，
and open
取得
cooperation
了
of companies.
显著的成效。
These policies have produced
近期啊，
visible
中央提
results.
出要加快新基
Recently,
建
the central
这个建
authorities
设
have
的进
made
度，
the decision
这将
to
推动
speed up the
大数
development of
据、
new types of
人工智
infrastructures.
能、5G 啊
This
这些新技术
will
迈入
pave
快
the
速
way
发
for
展
even
的
faster
这个新的
progress
阶
in
段
big。data, AI, 5G, and other new technologies.
的确啊，全国政协啊一直高度关注
The
这些新技
CPPCC
术的
National
发展，
Committee has closely
每
followed
年啊
the
都会开
development
展各
of
种
new
形式，
technologies.
哎
Every
进
year,
行讨论、进行研
we
究、提出意见
conduct
建议。
studies and discussions
去年呢，
in
全国
various
政
forms
协
and provide our
围
own
绕推动互联网、
suggestions and
大数据、
recommendations. Last year, the
人工智能
CPPCC National Committee
和制
conducted
造业
a
的
study
深度
on the
融合
topic
啊这一
deep
主题
integration of
开展
Internet,
了
big
调研，
data, AI, and
向主
manufacturing,
管部门啊提出了
and
意见建议。
made suggestions to the
全国
competent
政协啊
departments.
组织了委员讲堂，请政协委员的
In the
专家
CPPCC
介
member
绍 5G 的
lectures
知识，
organized by the National
向社会
Committee,
公众啊
we
进行
invited
普
the
及。
experts of our members to
一
share
些
the
委员
basic
还
knowledge about
通
5G
过
with the
提
public.
交提案，
Some
在
members
移动履职平台
have
讨
also
论等方式，
shared
就相关
good
新技术
suggestions
的
on the
发
development
展
of new
提出了很
technologies
多有价值的
through
意
proposals
见建议。
and discussions
也有委员建议
on
啊，
the mobile work platform.
在加快新技术发展的同时，
Some members
也要
also
注意
suggest that while
个人
seeking
隐私的
faster
保护
progress of new technologies, it is
网络
also
的安
important
全。
to strengthen the protection of personal privacy
大
and
数据、
cybersecurity.
人工智能、
Big data, AI,
5G 等新
5G,
技术
and other new
是
technologies
引领未来发展的战略性技术，
are future-shaping
是经济
strategic
增
technologies. They are the new engine of economic growth. and they provide new opportunities for the progress of the society. The CPPCC National Committee will continue to follow and promote the development of new technologies so as to better leverage their role in serving the society and serving the public. Thank you. That's the end of our press conference. Thank you all.